And welcome to another week's work here at the garden, and we're in the middle of work, as you can see. Lots of stuff going on here. So there's Y waving high, Grayson's back there being too cool for the room and all that. Emma is there destroying as many weeds as possible, and so is Suzanne back there working all her frustrations out by just ripping out everything from the ground. It's beautiful. And me, I'm just looking at everything, coordinating. Actually, I was doing some watering and planting earlier, and I'll do a bit more of that right now, as a matter of fact. As you can see, the roses here are doing very well. Switching this over to get some of the Society Garlic going. But the end bush is coming up nicely, as you can see. Some new blooms here, and then down here we have another one. Doing some trimming on here. And otherwise, just we got some more right there. So pretty much as we move into initial planting here, which will be happening very shortly, and over the next week or so, as a matter of fact, maybe next week we'll start actually doing that with the beds. We're going to be doing some prep and get some of the initial compost and other things like that to really go to town. We've already made tentative plans to get some of that this Sunday, so we can get in there and get stuff done. It'll be great. The artichokes, as you can see, coming along extremely well here. So we've got the big one right here, giving some water right that, and the smaller ones with. So we'll see how that goes. Pardon me while I move this over. Get that going there. So coming around the back over here, basically still empty at this point. The old paper whites and all that still kicking along. The tulips over here are thriving. As you can see, sort of it's a mixed batch. There are about a total of 6 that have come up. There were 12 that were planted, so Serena was a little bummed. But we will take 6 over none. So, and we will see how they grow and thrive. So looking forward to that. They all seem to be doing very well. And we'll look forward to seeing what's next. And then these guys, which I can't remember what was planted, but they were planted, so are doing nicely as well. The rosemary, that was the donation, seems to have taken root very nicely. We'll just see as it goes. And everything else right now is just pretty much just, fallow ground. What is kind of nice is, and this again, as you can sort of see with the work being done in the background, is how wonderfully has been handled all the scrub and little buggers and all that, frankly, up and down the area. Keeping this area clean was a bit of a pain, especially around, during winter. However, this area over here, which had in the neighboring garden area, which had been just horrifyingly overgrown, as frankly this other garden over here, everything's been much more cleaned up. Everything's a lot more organized. It is looking much better. And I will also do a little treat. We unfortunately were able to be involved with this work day that happened this past Sunday. I was here the first time through, but the little sort of boundary area here has been sort of restocked with some new bark and other things there in mulch, so to provide a little extra barrier against the weeds. They do still come through, but at least a little bit lesser rate, and also provides an old sort of perimeter walkway. Again, looking up along here. And the birds in the trees, we've seen birds swooping along. It is very much starting to become early spring. This is the last day of the... Losing it here, sorry. Friday, it does that to you. Last Friday, before daylight savings kicks in, so next week and from here on in, sun will be even higher in the sky, be even more beautiful. But right now it's a wonderful, crisp combination of lovely weather. It's been really good most of this week after some early rain. And then moving on into spring and growing there. So as I said, next week we should have some planting actually going. Looking forward to that. Get things going there. And then we will take it from there. And looking forward to that indeed. It'll be a wonderful little batch. So you can see everyone chatting and talking. I'm going to be doing a little finishing up the watering here. And then we'll be good to go. So looking forward to talking to you all next week. Get some photos up here. And we'll talk to you then. See you then. Bye.